I am Charlie. You may know me as Big C or Chris, as indeed this will go up on my YouTube channel. Also, will probably go up on Drag Time's YouTube channel because we're putting together like a series of how to get into drag, because we are really the most knowledgeable people about drag in the world. Anyway, so today I am going to do a bit of a makeup tutorial, which is quite funny to me because I really am not very good at makeup and my look is, shall we say basic? I don't know. I think the thing about drag king makeup is obviously there's less precedent for it, because when people think of drag, they don't think of drag kings generally. There are people who do really sort of lavish, amazing looks, and there's me. And I do basically the same thing every time. So, should have got my products out before, shouldn't I? You'll have to bear with me. There's a bear! Number one, first thing, I do start with some foundation. I don't think it's necessarily necessary, because the great thing about being a drag king is if you're trying to emulate kind of like a regular man, a lot of them, in general, shall we say, don't put too much effort into their appearance. Especially if you're going for the kind of laddie teenage boy look, you know. There's no need to cover up imperfections, although of course I don't have any of those. I really do have quite a grotty makeup sponge. Don't judge me, please. Doesn't feel the same, does it? It's going into a good old boots. I was going to try and get an even-ish coverage. What does that even mean? Okay. Oh. So then the next part of my in-depth tutorial is that I'm going to do some contour to give me those masculine lines. Now I do use this. I'm not sponsored. I'm not saying you should use this. I just got it because it looked cool. And it's supposedly cruelty free. We like that. So I like to do a kind of line on my face. Just one line. No, two. I have two cheeks. Yeah, I just kind of try and don't kind of start where my cheekbone is, but don't end where my cheekbone is. I just get it really strong. You know, when I was first trying to work out how to do drag makeup, I didn't think, let's watch a tutorial. I thought, while I'm watching endless amounts of Star Trek Next Generation, I'll just look really hard at Patrick Stewart's cheekbones. Kind of take it whatever shape you want. Mine's different every time. I have no consistency. So I've kind of gone more down, but sometimes you can stop earlier and go kind of whatever you want, really. It's drag. And fun fact about me is that my left eye is so much worse than my right. They're both bad. That one's worse. And that means that I find it hard to do makeup on this side, and that's my excuse. So sometimes I do kind of put a bit more further at the base and then I'll blend it out, kind of. Just so it emphasises it a little bit. You might think this is a well-timed jump cut that I've cleverly edited in, but the reality is my camera just stopped filming. So I've done kind of these lines up the nose, because I've done them now. I'm not gonna rub it all off and redo it. Who do you think I am? So I do kind of a line up the nose, starting from the base of my nose where it's kind of wider, then try and sort of do it vaguely straight upwards, so it gives me a bit of a wider nose, hopefully. Then I do these kind of bits up here. I don't know. I really don't know what they do. I just saw someone do them once and decided that that was what I was going to do. Also give myself a butt chin, because that's fun. And then these kind of triangles. As you see, I've kind of blended it in a bit this side and that side. That's all it is. That's all there is to it, folks. I know a lot of people do these kind of things on the forehead that's meant to give you a more masculine brow. I don't know whether it's just because I've got a tiny face or because I gave up once when it didn't go right, but I've never done that. Yes, then just kind of blend it out a little bit, but not too much. You know, you don't want it to look natural. You're on stage, darling, and you might notice I've a grand total of two brushes. I've a grand total of 2 brushes, which is kind of sad, and neither of them is a contour brush. I really need to buy more stuff, but you know how amazing I am. And think about, I've done all that with just 2 brushes and a very limited range of makeup, so you don't need lots of things to do drag. It's meant to be motivational. So yeah, you might want to top up a couple of bits if you think some of it could do with a bit more. Oh, I should just say, again, this is something I saw someone talk about once and so I decided to do. But I have a range of colours here that NYX has kindly given me after I paid the money for it. And I did for a while use this darker tone. It's not really, it's kind of darker, but it's like more grey, kind of ashy tone. And then I was like, no, I'll use this kind of warmer tone. And I do have a warmer skin tone, so that makes sense for me. But if you don't, maybe try the other one. Just sort of see what works for you. Yeah, so I'm just going to leave that there. It doesn't have to look great, does it? And then the most important part is now. This is doing your eyebrows. But let me tell you the secret. Gotta fill in your brows like you're a year 9 girl with nothing to lose. Gotta fill in your brows like you're a year 9 girl who wears slip-on shoes. Gotta fill in your brows real big and sluggish. Gotta fill in your brows, yeah. Gotta fill in your brows, yeah. You might notice that Chris has the chunkiest eyebrows in the land. And this is because it's something that I've found really takes my look from weird, feminine looking small person with strange contour to that could be a man. No. Fun fact about me. I have a really hard time sharpening eyebrow pencils and makeup pencils. I should probably tell you what I'm doing rather than just I'm gonna make my eyebrows big. I'm gonna make my eyebrows big. So what I do is I have quite nice eyebrows. I just was born like this, so you'll have to be born like this too. No, but I just drew on my finger. Again, it's all about following the line of your own face. I like to follow where the bottom of my brow is and then kind of take it not quite in a straight line, but in a semi-straight line so that it is thicker than my brow actually is. You know, I do look at Aidan Turner for brow inspiration. And then, again, I just kind of take it over so it goes up to the top of my brow and then joins up. I'm just flipping you all off right now. Just extend the brow. And then I just go in and fill in to make, like I do have quite full brows anyway, I'm lucky that way. So it looks less patchy, I suppose. If you wanted to, you could go in with a brush and kind of make it more even, but I guess if you wanted a slightly less chunky finish, but because my brows are kind of this colour anyway, I think that just makes it look more uneven for me. Voila, my other brow is done. As you can see, they're not even. That's fine because my natural eyebrows aren't even, and that is what I measure them on. So I'm just going to do, this is kind of my basic Chris look. Hang on, let me pull a pose for you. That I do most of the time, so when I'm performing as the Big C himself. But other times when I do sort of some lip syncs and things, I have been known to do a bit extra. So sometimes I do some eyeshadow and some eyeliner, which I think I won't do today because there are other people within drag time who can teach you to do it way better than I can. I just kind of slap it on. But what they can't teach you is how to look like a weird mix of one of the Village People and Jack Rackham from Black Sails. So I am just going to take my eyebrow pencil and do this because why not? I would recommend, which I don't have, a properly sharpened eyebrow pencil. That's fine. So I kind of give myself these really thin sideburns. Just think it's fun. And yeah, I kind of follow along the top of the cheekbone. Ouch, that hurts. Jesus Christ. I just kind of make them get a bit thicker as they go there. I just like the kind of look. And then I might even, now I know it's a bit crazy, but go an eyeliner pencil. So they're a bit darker and more bold, but as I say, totally optional. And just kind of give in flicks, so in theory it looks more like actual facial hair, but in practice no one notices anyway, and they just think it's a really dramatic contour. Don't want to keep doing this. Yeah, so I just do that on one side. And then the other side, symmetry. You don't have to do symmetrical drag. And then just kind of, yeah, do it again. I sometimes also like to do a moustache, which is where the Village People aspect comes in. I really do hope one of the Village People has a moustache, otherwise I am spreading false information. I very much start out making it quite wispy and then I go fill it in later. Very much does just look like someone has put eyeliner on their face. I mean, I have just put eyeliner on my face. I'm just putting a bit of, brushing it out a little bit so that it looks a bit less like I've just drawn lines on my face, which in fairness is what I have done. So that's kind of a completed look. I mean, one day I might do another tutorial where I do more, or not, we'll see. But I hope you found this a generally enlightening experience, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing me talk about absolutely nothing that I know anything about. But actually something I do quite like to do to sort of confirm to myself whether or not my makeup is good is put my hair down, which you might think counterintuitive, but I just think that if I can kind of look, that's a creepy man look. And I just think if I can kind of look masculine, even with a quarantine bob, then that's mission success, isn't it, really?